The North is separate from the South. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, unless we are deceiving ourselves. There are many issues about the tax reform. Look, the president is not focusing in the right direction. Just one item alone, inheritance tax. The North has a different perspective on Sharia. The Southwest have different customs. The East have different approach. By trying to do a unitary tax system, when we are all having a different flavor of life, is that not a voice to know?
Tó bá ń gbọ́ Igboro ti dàrú. Igboro ti dàrú o. Igboro ti dàrú. Igboro ti dàrú o. Àwọn àgbààgbà Yorùbá ti ń fọhùn sókè. Igboro ti dàrú. Igboro ti dàrú o. Igboro ti dàrú. Igboro ti dàrú. Wọ́n ní Tinubu ò mọ̀ ṣe mọ́ o. Igboro ti dàrú. Everybody ti pariwo pé Yorùbá nation. Stylishly, oníkálukú ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè nísìn. Wípé ká dá dúró ni wọ́n lọ fọ́n ọtí tọ̀ sí gbẹ̀gìrì. Wọ́n ní kọ́níkálukú kó ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ di Tinubu. Wọ́n ní no amount of persuasion tẹ̀lé ṣe fún àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì. Wọ́n ní kò jọ wọn ní gbà. Wọ́n lálọ́ òun ẹni tí ò fẹ́ràn ẹni. Àgbààgbà Yorùbá sì wọ́n ti ń jẹ́ kó yé wa. Wípé ká dá dúró ni wọ́n ní we are not unite. Wọ́n ní we are not the same thing. Wọ́n là kì í ṣe nǹkan kan náà. And no amount of persuasion tí Tinubu lè ṣe fún àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì wọ́n lẹ́tẹ̀ẹ́ ló máa bá dé. Tinubu wọ́n ní ẹ má kábùkù o. Wọ́n ní ẹ má kábùkù. Àwọn tí wọ́n mọ àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì dáadáa ni wọ́n bọ́ta tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nísìn. Wọ́n ní ẹ má kan àbùkù. Tẹ́ bá lè fẹ́ kábùkù ẹ lè ra wọlé o. Ṣùgbọ́n ojú rèé, irọ́ rèé. Wọ́n ní north àti south wọ́n là kì í ṣe nǹkan kan náà. Wọ́n ti sọ pé oníkálukú ló máa jẹ breakfast. Time àti irú breakfast oníkálukú máa jẹ nìkan láàmú. So àwọn àgbààgbà south west tí wọ́n sì dá, tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn àgbààgbà alálùbáríkà. Àwọn náà wọ́n sì wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè ayé, which èmi mọ̀, mi mọ̀ bóyá ẹ̀yin mọ̀. They are now phasing out. They are now calling on Tinubu pé no matter the amount of persuasion bó ṣe lè wọ́n àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì tó bá àwọn kó lájú ẹ̀ka lẹ́bàá kó ní kó máa yàgbẹ́ sí wọ́n ní kò sí tó jọ wọ́n ní nọ́ọ̀tì ò ní gbà. Fídíò yìí dùn mọ́ mi gan, ó máa wá dùn mọ́ mi dáadáa kẹ́ ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí. Ó máa dùn mọ́ mi dáadáa kí n rí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì ní comment section. Ó máa kí ló tẹ̀kẹ̀ kí n kọ́mẹ́ǹtì náà. Tó máa wo ṣọ́ọ̀bù tó bá ní kọ́mẹ́ǹtì máa wulẹ̀ wò. Yes, because interaction yín tí bá rí nǹkan tí bá rí opinion bá ṣe fídíò tí bá rí opinion ẹ̀yin èèyàn lórí fídíò tí mo ṣe inú mi máa ń dùn ni. No, bó ṣe wà yìí ní límìtì sí iye kọ́mẹ̀ntì tẹ́ lè kọ́ kọ́mẹ̀ntì 5 ẹ lè kọ́ mẹ́fà ẹ lè kọ́ 2000 kọ́mẹ̀ntì. Tẹ́ bá ti ń wo lọ lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan mo mọ àwọn tèmi tẹ́ pé wọ́n bá ti wo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn débì kan báyìí wọ́n á kọ́ kọ́mẹ̀ntì ẹyọ kan. Tó bá tún wo débì kan interaction yìí ó matter a lot. Yoruba nation lẹ́fẹ́ Yoruba nation àwọn kan ò jáde ẹ̀yin náà ò jáde náà. If you are saying àwọn kan ò jáde sí Yoruba nation àwọn kan ò sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yoruba nation ìwọ tó wo show tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó comment náà ìwọ náà ò jáde. Ó yàtọ̀ sáwọn tí ò jáde. Ilé kẹjọ máa ń interaction ara wa. Kódà tẹ́ bá n tẹ́ni yẹn sọ fídíò tó bá play fún yín n tó bá sọ níbẹ̀ nǹkan yẹn dá ní kó tẹ́ni yín dẹ̀ sọ nípa báyìí ó dẹ̀ dá o agreed pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ o nítorí yìí dẹ̀ sọ o nípa kíní yìí o bí yìí mi ìdẹ̀ fọwọ́ sí o tá a bá rí táyì mọ yìí náà bá rí ẹlòmíì tó bá tún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn náà tún mú wá ẹ bá wa share fídíò kí àwọn èèyàn máa rí àwọn àgbààgbà míì náà wà tó sì fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n retí kẹ́nìkan gbá front ni ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì tó fi ń wúlù wá náà nìyẹn ìkànnì ló máa gbá front àwọn tó kù máa tẹ̀lé tẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo mú wá fún yìí tẹ́ bá gbọ́dọ̀ tó bá wa yìí sọ opinions yìí tẹ́ bá kọ sí comment section alẹ́ lè kọ comment 1000 wọn kì í múyàn sí ìgbà mi mo wá tún máa reply comment àwọn èèyàn tẹ́ bá wá kọ sí comment section táwọn àgbàgbà mi bá tún rí táwọn náà wò wá silent watcher ni wọ́n àwọn náà tún wá kọ nǹkan wọ́n wá mọ̀ tó máa kọ àwọn náà tún wá gbé síta wọ́n tún wá sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n tún wá grant interview àsìkò tá a dé yìí ẹnì kankan kò bẹ̀rù anybody mọ́. Àgbà wa ti sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́rọ̀ nu wọn. Yorubawuyi lórúkọ tèmi. If you are watching this show for the first time, I'm the one and only Akalolo of Yoruba land. This man is the least person. Tẹ́mi rò pé wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀ eléyìí síta nínú àwọn àgbàgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Because mo rí pé wọ́n wà okay láyé ara wọn. Àwọn ọmọ wọn wà okay. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wá bọ́ta meeting. Wọ́n ní kò sí ní tó jọ. Wọ́n ní Tinubu, wọ́n ló kàn fárí fájá ni. Igboro ti wá dàrú pátápátá báyìí o. Àwọn bàbá wa ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Gbogbo wọn ti ń fọhùn sókè. Now everybody go shop breakfast. Time àti irú breakfast tó ní kálukú máa jẹ òun là mọ̀. Ó ti di ọmọ lórí ilẹ̀ ó di go. Wọ́n ní Tinubu, wọ́n ní kò sí ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run kí tó play ọba wa yìí fún yín. Ṣé ó ní nǹkan tí Tinubu lè ṣe ṣá tó lè please àwọn north? Because ọba wa yìí ń sọ nísì pé aṣọ èkísà tó ti ya tó ti gbó, wọ́n ní gba abẹ́rẹ́ ò lè dá dúró, àtàn ló ń lọ straight. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni bàbá wa yìí sọ àbírọ́? Ṣọ́rọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ ṣó mú yes wípé no, wọ́n ní ànífẹ́ ara wa, wọ́n ní we are not the same thing. Dr. Akin Fakpohunda. Hey! Bàbá Tinubu. Ó wù mí kí gbogbo èèyàn bá mi share fídíò yìí kó kan Tinubu lára. Bí àwọn lè gbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ á máa gbọ́, jẹ́ ká gbọ́ fídíò yìí.
Generalization. I'd like you to explain in detail what you meant, given the fact that if we zero down to the tax reform bills, the four of them themselves, you see that Afenifere did endorse it, even though there was a backlash from the north, being almost outrightly against it. But then what is the position of the Elders Forum that you represent and your own personal position, given that the gentleman who is behind all this, our president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a Yoruba man like your good self? What are your thoughts about his reforms, and particularly the tax reform bills?
There are so many issues on this matter. The first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country.
Wow!
All the pretenses. We are not South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run kí n tó continue. Ṣé lóòótọ́ náà tí bàbá wa yìí sọ wípé we are not united country? Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni nǹkan tí bàbá yìí sọ pé kì í ṣe ẹyọ kan? Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni nǹkan tí Dr. Akin Fakpohunda sọ wípé we are not the same thing? And any small thing, the Northerners at the flip of anything want for the day to shout for the interest of the North. Why the Southerners are doing mumu àwọn Agbagba wa wọ́n lọ líkì ASS sí wọn? Ṣé lóòótọ́ lọ́rọ̀ tí bàbá yìí sọ? Comment yín, interaction yín ní comment section. Ó máa jẹ́ kí fídíò yìí kó go viral káwọn èèyàn lè bá a rí. Àbẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí ni? Because I don't get it. Tá bá do fídíò lẹ̀ àti comment máa díṣẹ́. Bóyá ẹ fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí. Interaction tí yín kí lẹ̀yin rí sí. Ṣé a nídìí irú àwọn bàbá yìí kó pọ̀? Àbẹ́ ọkàn yìí ti tó? Ṣé tó bá ṣí ẹ̀ ń sìn tí àwọn bàbá tó kù tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ jáde ọmọ ìpẹ́ nìkan ti gbá front? Ṣé mo pé front náà làwọn náà ti máa ń gbá? Tẹ́nìkan bá ti gbá front báyìí àwọn tó kù máa back ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ni. Táwọn náà tó máa rí wípé ẹnìkan ti gbá front, bóyá àwọn tó kù náà á jáde. Ẹni pé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè sà. Mo ń dúró de comment in comment section.
Southerners are laid back, hoping that, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long.
For too long.
They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it?
Nothing.
Only the tiny clique in the north is holding the whole country to ransom.
You see?
It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, not plus south. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the north. Like say if the bottle is going to be removed from their mouth. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now. Lead of Northern Democrats. The governor of Bauchi was talking. They won't be able to pay salaries again. They want to do that. Look, the North has damaged Nigeria fundamentally with this attitude. Who are the Nigerians who are now Japan now? They are Southerners. The South invested in education massively in the 50s and the 60s. The products now are being driven out of Nigeria. Can you find the Fulani man in London or in New York?
Security.
Practicing medicine, practicing engineering. It's Yoruba, the both Southerners that are marginalized. It's time to call the blocks of the North. Not because we even support what Tinubu is doing, but we have to converse about Nigeria. Nigeria is not, we are pretentious.
Very, very pretentious.
Brass tacks.
Yes.
That's why we are calling for regionalization. The North is separate from the South. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And then we are deceiving ourselves. There are many issues about the tax reform. Look, the president is not focusing in the right direction. Just one item alone, inheritance tax.
Hey!
The North has a different perspective on Sharia. The Southwest have different customs. The East have different approach. By trying to do a unitary tax system, when we are all having a different flavor of life.
Yes!
Is that not a voyage to nowhere? On that account alone, I will not really agree with what President Tinubu is trying to do. In all honesty, President Tinubu is focused on this tax matter. That is going to be the mantra of his administration. Let's assume that even the tax bill is passed in the next 3, 4, 5 months. Okay, what next?
What next?
Mr. President...
That is why you better lower you see. One about Tinubu, or you only focus on tax. Let's assume we pay tax in or what come to pass. In the next 4 or 5 months, what next? Ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ gbọ́ kí ló kù? Kí ló kù tí wọ́n fi àwa Yorùbá sínú ìgbèkùn láti joy. À ń tẹ̀lé wọn gọ̀ṣú. Bàbá Tinubu, wọ́n ní wrong way lẹ́gbà. Wọ́n náà ná BRT lẹ yíwọ́ sí. Wọ́n níbi tẹ́ ń lọ yẹn is no. Àwọn kékèké ní North, wọ́n hold everybody to ransom. You think they will agree with you with this tax reform bill? And even at last, if you have to dance to their tone or stylishly, wọ́n agree pẹ̀lú yín. What next? Mo ń bẹ̀ yín tẹ́wà fẹ́ comment wà nínú lórí show yìí because fídíò yìí mo gbádùn ẹ̀ gidi gan ni. Kò sí time fún mi láti mú time láti gbé fídíò yìí wá fún yín ni. What next?
Mr. President is taking his reputation, his political acumen on the tax bill. But there are many issues that he's supposed to have faced.
God bless
that
you.
He's not talking about. Civil service is blighted.
Yes.
There's no civil service in Abuja. We don't have a civil service. Civil servants are just looking to find a means to survive. They are not operating organically with the government. They are not. On our report, President said he would do it within 6 weeks.
They play.
12 weeks rather.
They play.
They have done nothing about it.
They play.
If we don't reform this public service and you keep giving some money to FRA to collect tax so you can spend.
No, there
are many issues that I can table in this in this show today. In 2023, the president announced a 500 billion Greek project. What has happened to it?
Nothing.
He didn't implement it. Now we have livestock ministry.
Nothing.
I know now they are looking for offices in Abuja. When are we going to get the first cows from the livestock ministry? So overall, the Focus on tax billing is totally not what Nigeria be looking at now. There are more serious issues, fundamental reform. Tax bill is not the reform that we want.
Yes.
The country has to be reorganized and let all of us live separately, but as good neighbors.
As good neighbors.
We are different. It's just a fact. We can blow so far from here to eternity.
Can I get like for this man?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, and that's a good place to start.
We are different.
I agree with you. There's so many things that the president has to fix to make sure that Nigeria is right again. But before we move on to those things, I still want to ask you one more question on this Nigeria's tax system that has been a subject of debate for decades. With this President Tinubu's recent proposals to overhaul it significantly, tax reforms are never easy, especially in a diverse and complex country like Nigeria. Critics fear that the proposed changes might favor certain regions or economic classes over others. Now, I'm wondering if there's any way you think these reforms can be structured to dispel these fears, to ensure inclusivity and demonstrate tangible benefits for all Nigerians. I ask this because the backlash, like you rightfully said, against these reforms, especially from some northern groups, highlights the deep-seated regional sensitivities that we have. From your perspective, is there anything that this government can do to balance the need for a tax modernization with the concerns of these regions while fostering unity and trust across the country?
The ending of your statement is just the problem. We cannot be united when we are not equally yoked. We are equally yoked.
We cannot be united
at all. But let everybody just live according to his own worldview. Then the temperature will come down. But try to stay in Abuja and put a package together for the whole country. From the northwest to the southeast. It's not going to work. Okay, the president will use all his authority, all the presidential powers to get it through. And then what? Tax reform. Considering no tax to the lowest people, 130 million Nigerians who are destitute. Then you want to tax the big companies. The big companies are folding up.
Yes.
They are living in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They cannot afford diesel to run generators. They are even the one they manufactured. No sales. There is poor demand. So who will pay the tax? Who will pay the tax? Is it run-down companies that will pay the tax?
Oh.
Anybody earning below 7,000, no tax. Okay. So where is the money coming from? And when the money comes, to be spent on what? To be spent on deficit.
On cow.
To be spent on paying back loans that we have taken, that we have exhausted. Is that it? What are you going to use tax for? It's not tax that we... Okay, let him get it through. Fine. Let him get it through. But is that the end of the tunnel? It is not, in my opinion.
No.
But the president needs to be politely advised. It's now almost 2 years that he's been in the saddle. It's time to think. His presidential chat that he had, he was so cocksure of everything. But that's not reality at all. There's no cocksure. This February will be 2 years since he's been elected. It is time to just reappraise issues. It's hanging in the air. We on the ground, we are not feeling what he's trying to do.
Yes.
It might be well-meaning, but it's not in the right direction at all. So to answer your question,
it might be well-meaning.
This tax matter will not unite Nigeria. It concerns to the north that they get more VAT. They get more VAT for doing what?
For doing kuli.
They've got federal character for 40 years. What have they done with it?
Nothing.
They've got quota for 40 years. What have they done with it?
Nothing.
They're just being spoiled. They don't want to wake up to reality that they are not doing well. They are not performing. And
they are just being spoiled. Let me just bring in one video for you to see. They are just being spoiled.
I am from the northern states. For the past 30 years, we've been called educational disadvantage. We are giving lower cut-off scores to catch up. Have we caught up?
Oh, they catch up.
It has only made people lazy.
My lazy
So I'm sorry, madam. I'm sorry. I don't think we should hide behind fairness and say that everyone must be equal. The best we can do is to give people equal opportunity. Today we live in a country in which, for federal government colleges, entrance exam or JAMB, one state has a cutoff of X and another state has a cutoff of 10 times X. And you say you are building a nation. You are not. You are creating bitterness.
Oh, it's like one creates bitterness from the grassroots. Àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n cut off mark men of in was school. Men of the southwest didn't know if you was school. The same thing law applies to VAT, VAT. The same thing law applies to tax, VAT, VAT, and tax, TAX. The same thing law applies to méjèèjì. No law applies to pé tí Fúlàní bá kó ẹran jẹ oko. Lọ́dọ̀ Yorùbá kí wọ́n tún lọ ti Yorùbá mọ́lé. They are spoiled children. I want to born without silver spoon. Àbí? Tí wọ́n sọ àwọn di gàrú. Nínú ayé lé àwa lórí. Àwọn ó yá ẹ down now. Àwa ń ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn ń gbowó oṣù. Ẹ má kí fún yín lé pé ó ṣàárọ̀ Monday. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀.
When you compromise, you kill the South.
Yes, Tinubu, you are killing us.
Out of the South. In trying to remedy and carry the North along. We should be tired of carrying them along in all honesty. Somebody have to call their bluff.
Yes.
There is no alternative to the South calling the bluff of the North. Absolutely.
No alternative. That can do.
Now, I'd like to ask you two separate questions. One is about what you said earlier about what is the North doing? Because when it comes to VAT and tax exemptions, a lot of our VAT exempt goods, our foods, our agricultural products, come from the North, and they do not get VAT from that. But so I want to ask why you believe the North is being spoilt in terms of VAT when most of our food and our agricultural produce is coming from the North. The North is our food basket. And the second thing you spoke to was about where is the tax going to, where are they spending the money on? Because a lot of Nigerians have been harping on about fiscal responsibility, that where is this money going towards? The presidency now has put forward their budget to the National Assembly, and the budget is going to be debated alongside the tax bills in this coming year. Now, the State House headquarters has budgeted 6 billion naira for purchases of new cars, 7 billion naira to build office buildings for the president's own assistants. However, in the same budget, we're only seeing 250 million naira going to learning and teaching aids in the Federal Ministry of Education. So do you think that the budget also that they're trying to get this revenue for, do you think the budget is a useful way of using Nigeria's taxpayer money?
Two questions, fine. The North deliberately chose not to be organized. Mm-hmm. They are engaged in petty trading. How can you tax a petty trader on the street? How can you tax people who are just in the markets? They refuse to organize. They insisted on having a Majiri system. How can a Majiri pay tax? The governor of Bauchi State confirmed that they have no institutional framework to even tax anybody on VAT. You tax, they refuse to organize even selling of cows. They are not organizing selling of onions. How do you pay VAT on that? They not refuse to organize so that they can be in the modern age where you can have corporate systems to market things. They oppose commodity systems for agri products. So how do you tax something that is not organized? Wow. They are diffuse. There is no record. Wow. In the markets, they did not see anywhere. Is there a market? Wow. There is no market. Wow. No organized market. That's their problem. That's it. Wow. As to what happened to the tax, I already answered the question. If President Tinubu gets this tax bill through now, to get money for what? Money for what? Money for what? The civil service is bloated. The president was very proud to say he has 48 ministers and they are doing well. That's profligacy now. Orsay report has been there. We now have almost 1,000 parastatals in the federal government. And they are doing nothing. I live in Abuja. Civil servants are just on the streets trying to say they can buy a house for 50 million, 100 million. That's what Abuja is. Abuja is for you to just make money and buy houses. Nobody is interested in a proposal to reform the system. And every civil servant, they are not interested in their jobs anymore. And you cannot blame them because the environment is too harsh for a public servant. The way I was in service 24 years ago. So the budget is just a symptom. We are not interested in doing anything serious with the money we are going to get. In any case, over the years, Nigeria is sitting on massive corruption. The president said he will not probe the military because he respects them. That's fair. What happened to the fuel subsidy claim under Jonathan? Have we looked into it? Look, there are so many reports of public stealing. Nigeria Airways water panel report, CMS report, Alibotting report. Even all the things recorded by EFCC, who knows what happened to them?
Wow.
There's a place in Abuja where almost 100 cars just abandoned, EFCC impounded. So there's so much waste in the system. They have to make more money to cover the waste. It's totally misdirected in my own reckoning. We need to really discuss the fabric of the Nigerian society.
Ẹ ṣé sà, ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́, adúpẹ́ sà, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá dúró ńbẹ̀ yẹn. Èyí tó kan àwa lè ti bá wa sọ síwájú yẹn. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá mi, bóyá kí wá kí yín nísìn. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ bá mi download tap send. Kẹ́ bá mi lo promo code Abiola TTS. Ní àkọ́kọ́ tẹ́ bá kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ju owó sí Naija. Anywhere tẹ́ bá wà láti ń ṣe owó, original confirm aṣẹ́wó ló ń kí yín. Aṣẹ́wó ń kí yín, ẹ má gbàgbé promo code yẹn ní àkọ́kọ́. First time, ó important gan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá wa yìí sọ kí lẹ rí sí. Ṣé gbẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ò tú báyìí? Ṣé Ìgboro ò dàrú? Ìgboro ti dàrú o. Ìgboro ti. Àwọn bàbá wa ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Ìgboro ti dàrú. We should all continue telling Tinubu wípé wrong direction ló ń lọ. Tinubu wrong way lẹ́gbà. Mọ́tò tẹ́ wọ̀ yìí ò ṣiṣẹ́. Ọ̀nà tí ò ṣe lẹ́gbà. Now, look at this now. Everybody ti ń pariwo síta. Ẹ wo ọpọlọ jìbìtì. Ọpọlọ olè. Àbí ṣé because mi ò lè pè ní làákàyè. Ṣé ká pè ní làákàyè because sometimes when we call these people pé màálù ni wọ́n, they tell us pé àwa ni kíni táwọn ń jẹ. Pé ẹ̀yin màálù burúkú yìí, wọ́n láwa ni ewé táwọn ń jẹ. Ṣé màálù ni wọ́n ní sàbí màálù kọ́ ni wọ́n? Ṣáwa lè ewé tí wọ́n ń jẹ àbáwá kọ́ lè ewé tí wọ́n ń jẹ. Ìjọ́rù rẹ́fúrẹ́ǹdì ń sanra. Ọmọléke wúrù àfáà ń sanra. Àwa ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn ń gbowó. Now, according to what Dr. Akin Fapohunda sọ, bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí bá mi kí wọn gan. Dr. Akin Fapohunda, we appreciate you. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín sà. Èmi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Mi ò bẹ̀ àwọn máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ní comment section. Èmi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín sà. Torí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ yìí, ó bà mí ní akínyẹmí ara. Ó fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ wípé àwọn àgbààgbà tó sì dá. Wọ́n sì wà nínú Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ready àti dìde fún Yorùbá. Even though Baba is not saying Yoruba nation now. But ọlọ́gbọ́n ló lè yé. Ìran ọ̀mọ̀ràn ló lè mọ̀. Let everybody go to their own tent. Kọ́lọ́múdọ́mú ìyá ẹ̀gbẹ́. Fálànà gbọ́ tiẹ̀, tara ẹni la máa ń gbọ́. Kì í ṣe bàbá Fálànà tó ń ṣe sáànù o, òwe Yorùbá ni o. But English must say pardon your own canoe. Fálànà gbọ́ tiẹ̀, tara ẹni la gbọ́. Tinubu ẹ gbọ́ ti àwa ọmọ Yorùbá. Àwa gangan lọ́mọ ìyá yín nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Tinubu gbọ́ ti ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ láì tí yín kalẹ̀. Ariwo tàdé ń pa kì í ṣe pé ẹ máa gbọ́, ẹ ń gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ wò pé ẹ ní agbára. Ṣebí agbára kan ni mo fi di governor. Agbára kan ni mo fi ṣe senator. Agbára kan ni mo fi di president. Agbára tí mo fi ṣe, mo lè fi ṣe Nàìjíríà. Tinubu ẹ ṣeré ni. ẹ ń ṣí àwàdà ni ẹ lè ṣe Nàìjíríà ó dàbí aṣọ ìkísà tó ti ya bẹ́tẹ̀bẹ́tẹ̀ ni àbí aṣọ tí wọ́n ti dá ásìdì sí kí wọ́n wá mú ní aṣọ yìí o ásìdì ti dà sí o ká bá mú abẹ́rẹ́ ká máa fi ràn pọ̀ bàbá na dey play you dey ẹ ń ṣeré ni no matter ó dà pé Tinubu ẹ mọ̀ pé àlọ́ ràn kà àlọ́ kò ràn ìkà àlọ́ òde ẹ̀rọ ẹni tí ò fẹ́ràn ẹni ó pọ̀ nígbà tí mo ṣe láìkì Saheed Òṣùpá àwọn mo láìkì yàn ní àwọn agídì kan wà tẹ́pẹ́ mi láìkì yàn bí agídì kọ́ bí self discipline bí àwọn bàbá wọlé ọ̀sẹ̀ sọ pé èmi ò kàkà dọ̀bọ̀ adẹ̀ fún Gàmbàrí kakúkú bínú kú bá Tinubu no matter bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè ṣe tó ipẹ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ kó Nàìjíríà papọ̀ ẹ̀ ń ṣàwàdà ni irọ́ tó jìnnà sóòótọ́ ni kò lè ṣeé ṣe kò lè possible àwọn náà tí ò ní gbà kí ọdún tẹ̀ ń dára yín láàmú kí ló tí ẹ̀ ń fi ẹ̀mí millions of ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́fí negotiate pẹ̀lú àwọn north kí lè fẹ́ gènì níbẹ̀ nígbà tí orúkọ yín má padà bàjẹ́ lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ I don't know n tẹ́ fẹ́ gain tó kọ́ yín má padà bàjẹ́ in the name of pé ẹ fẹ́ tún Nàìjíríà ṣe in the name ṣẹ́rí ẹni tó bá dọ̀dọ̀ pé o máa ṣe nǹkan tẹ́nìkan ò ṣe rí ojú ẹ̀ lè rí nǹkan tẹ́nìkan ò rí rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá dọ̀dọ̀ pé o máa please àwọn north which ẹnìkan kan ò dẹ̀ ṣe irú ẹ̀ rí Nàìjíríà kó survive ẹ̀ bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ wọ́n gbìyànjú agbára tiwọn kí ló come out of it Abiola MKO òun tí ó bá wọn jẹ ó bá wọn mú bàbá Tinubu Abiola ṣe jù yín lọ kí ló tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ jáde èmi dẹ̀ máa sọ pé a fẹ́ fi Yorùbá kankan cascos ẹ wá sọ fún mi pé ẹnìkan ti ṣe tó ti please àwọn náà tì rí tó bá yẹ pé ẹ máa lè ṣe ẹ máa lè please wọn despite the fact pé ẹ fún wọn ní Ministry of màálù because mi gbọ́ Ministry of Livestock bí ẹ máa fún wọn ní ọ́fíìsì ní Aso Rock despite pé ẹ ṣe gbogbo yẹn bàbá Tinubu ṣé wọ́n wà pleased ṣó tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn no matter ìwà tẹ́ ẹ lè wò fẹ́ tí ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ẹni tí ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín but ẹ continue láti máa lu ọmọ Yorùbá fún negotiation. My question is, what will be your game? Bàtọ́ máa pa ọmọ Yorùbá tán kí ló máa jẹ́ gain tí yín? Yorùbáwùyí ló kọ́ ni. Yorùbáwùyí lèmi ń jẹ́. If you are coming across this page for the first time, I am the one and only Akalolo of Yoruba land. Adáwọn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọmọ jọmọ lọ. Ìyẹrẹ èsì òpè méjì abẹ ní ọmọ òṣè pààrọ̀. Ẹni tó máa pààrọ̀ tí wọ́n máa déwájú federal government. Wọ́n bá sign ẹ̀, wọ́n máa déwájú Elédùmarè. That is to say, ó máa kú bí 99 times, yes. Tó bá wá padà wá kó wá di Mẹ̀túsẹ́là. Ojú yẹn á bó. Ojú yẹn á bó. Tẹ́ bá ṣe insist pé ká má dá dúró. Tẹ́ bá tí mọ̀ pé ọ̀fun ti tọ́ sí gbẹ̀gì ó yẹ kó ní kálukú kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ dání. Tẹ́sí wo wípé ká ṣe máa tẹ̀lé ra gọ̀ṣú. Àwọn àgbàgbà tí ń bọ̀ta wọ́n ti ń sọ fún yín nísìn wípé kò sí ní tó jọ kó ní kálukú dá dúró ni ṣùgbọ́n ẹ sì dúró lórí gbáǹkan kò sí wàhálà ọlọ́mọ kan ló ṣòro gbáǹkan lẹ́yìn ṣojú ọlọ́mọ kan ló ṣòro gbáǹkan lẹ́yìn ṣojú títàríkà ló ṣòro gbáǹkan lẹ́yìn ṣojú ọlọ́run á là wá láyìn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má tẹ̀ ó ti ń dẹ̀ tẹ́ àtàbùkù bọ̀ báyìí táwọn àgbàgbà ti ń bọ̀ta tó ti ń sọ fún yín ó ti padà ń di ẹ̀tẹ́ ó ti ń dàbùkù bọ̀ wáyìí ẹ wà ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ lè release Sunday Igboho àkókò ìjòyè tó sọ ẹ̀yọ̀kan ẹ̀ máa ń fọ́ nísìnyí burúkú ọdún méjì yín pẹ̀lú ẹ lè release Sunday Igboho ẹ mú bóde ìjọ lẹ́ẹ̀kínní ẹ release ẹ gbé lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ release igi eléra ni àgbésọ́ọ́lẹ̀ lọ́mọdé máa ń gbégi eléra tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ gbé bóde ìjọ ọ̀gbà tí ò ṣe Nnamdi Kanu tó dẹ̀ ṣe Sunday Igboho ẹ mú máa gbé wọn máa jù wọ́n lẹ̀ ni wípé tẹ̀ ń gbé wọn kẹ́ bá sọ pé ẹ̀yin náà jà bátabátá ẹ̀ jà búrabúra bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan ni ẹ máa gbé wọn jùlẹ̀ ni but history kò ní gbàgbé yín lẹ Yorùbá bàbá Dr. Akinfapòhùn àwọn náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn history ò ní gbàgbé tiwọn náà Yorùbáwùyí lórúkọ tèmi ẹ tẹ turn up lórí show ike share and don't forget to follow me for more if you want more let's go ẹ share video yìí kí ni opinion ti yín let's meet in the comment section mo retí yín ní comment section I love you bye ó dàbọ̀.